to set up that root system. That's the main goal of that tree the first year, is just to get the root system. Good morning today. Welcome back to the channel. How are we doing today? It is a beautiful spring morning here. Next couple of days are not coming for any frost or anything like that. It's supposed to be in the 70s and 80s during the day. The only thing is I wish that we have a little rain in the forecast, but looks like maybe towards the end of the week we might have some rain. So today I have a lot of things I want to get done. I want to take you along as I work on some things here. A lot of it is garden preps and getting landscaping done and working around the homestead here. So the first thing I want to do here, just real quick here, we planted this forsythia bush yesterday. I wanted to give it a good healthy drink of water. So first thing up, I want to go ahead and the elderberry plant we bought at the nursery the other day, I want to get it planted, and I also want to check on the other ones down here. So let me get things set up here and I'll bring you right back. Okay, so we're down here in the lower garden here on the front side of the house here. Last year somebody, my sister actually, was nice enough to give us 2 elderberry bushes. So this is one of them, that's the other one. So I already did this one up here the way I like to prep them in the spring here. I'm going to go ahead and show you on that one over there. So why don't you come on in a little closer here. So this one here, it's got some new growth down here at the bottom. I want to kind of get that all uncovered here, get all these weeds out of here. Then the first thing I like to do is I want to go ahead and get cardboard down. Try to pull most of this plastic tape off. You don't want that in the soil. So go ahead and get the cardboard down. Make sure all the new shoots are above the cardboard there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this wood chips that we've been composting and just stick a heavy cover on there. Kind of pull it back here, make sure that the green stays exposed there. Get everything nicely covered. Once I have that all covered, and the leaves are still exposed there in the growth, then what I like to do again, put some rocks around it just like that one there to keep the chickens out. That way the chickens, if they don't have a place to get in there to scratch and tear up, they can't tear the plant up. So I cover all the mulch with rocks. That'll help with weed control in here and don't allow the weeds to grow up, and also help to protect the mulch from the chickens and the geese. Actually, the geese don't do a lot of digging. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put the third bush over here. The ground around here is just all rock, so I don't know how easy a time I'm going to have digging this hole. This ground is rocks. I think that's big enough to get it down in there. That's probably about as deep as I'm going to get it, unfortunately, with as rocky as this soil is. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think what I'm going to do is I don't want to put all those rocks back in there. I'm going to put a healthy bucket of mulch down first. All right, so I got it in the ground there, got some cardboard down. So now I'm gonna go get some compost and I'm gonna compost this one here. Beer planting, got the cardboard down. I'm gonna go ahead and put another good layer of wood chips on top of that. I mean, the one thing you got to think about is whenever you have a mountain property like this where it's just all rock and there is no soil, that you got to really work on building that soil up and building that ground up to allow the plants to flourish. So I went ahead and I watered that, so now I'll just keep that good and watered here for the next couple of days until it's supposed to hopefully rain most of next week, and then I'll have to keep an eye on it from there and whether it needs watered after that. But hopefully we should be getting elderberries here soon. A different spot of our property where I'm trying to do a little test run here. Now, growing up, our elderberries always grew in a swamp. There was a swamp area down by the creek, and that's where the elderberries was. Now, the guy I bought the elderberries off of, he said that they do prefer wet areas. So 2 years ago, I planted this one here, as you can see. It's getting pretty tall there. We haven't gotten any berries off it yet. However, there was a lot of trees here that blocked the sun, and I cut a lot of trees back and kind of pushed the forest back, and now there's a lot more sunlight getting in here. So I want to see how it does this year now that it has more sunlight and has the extra water. And the other thing is, the other elderberry I bought yesterday, I planted that one over here. Now the nice thing about this area here is, like I said, there is moving water through here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. There's a spring right up here, and then down here it goes back underneath the ground. It only comes up here to the surface for a little bit. So the nice thing is I can plant that elderberry and I don't have to worry about watering it and taking care of it, because there's so much water flow through here. There's no point in me trying to water it. But I want to see how much difference, whether the ones out here in the water do better than the ones back there in the hill. You know, one person told me they don't need that extra water, but like I said, growing up, they always grew in a swamp area. My one friend said that, oh, it's just that they just happen to grow there in the water, that's not the best place to necessarily grow them. So we'll see which one works out better. I'll keep you informed. Alright, so next I want to work on is trying to get some of these trees planted and some of these bushes planted. So we bought a naked bush cherry, 2 of them, and then we bought 3 different kinds of plums. I want to go ahead and I want to plant one here at the top of the hill, and then one about right in here, and then one down there, one down on farther, and I'm still not sure where I'm going to put the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Now you're probably wondering how I dug that hole so easy. The thing is, from here down to about, as far as you can see, this green grass growing here, I brought a lot of this soil in. Last year somebody was, they dug a foundation and they were giving away free soil, so I figured why not come in here and try to backfill this. And the other thing is I did dig some areas out. Last year I rented a backhoe for a couple of days and I dug some areas out and threw some dirt over here. So this is all soil that I moved there. I like to dig the hole just big enough to fit the pot in, go ahead and cover it up, and then put a ton of mulch on top. I mean, just like nature, all the nutrients land on top and work their way down in the soil. I like to put a lot of wood chips around the base of these plants because I know how poor my soil is here. And that's the most important thing, is building up the soil and making sure that these plants have the proper nutrients to grow. So again, I'm going to throw some rocks around to keep the mulch in place, to keep them chickens from digging at it. Besides keeping the chickens out, that'll also keep down on the weeds and help protect this plant. So all I need to do is water this thing in and this plant's good to go. So let's go ahead and we'll continue on putting trees in. Dug. I got the tree down in there, so now all I gotta do is I want to mulch this thing in. I wish I did have some cardboard to put down, but right now I'm currently out of cardboard. But like the other one there, I'm going to mulch this thing pretty heavily. You always want to put your nutrients on top. It'll work its way down through there. The worms will come up and the nematodes and everything else in the soil, and they're going to work that soil and pull those nutrients down to the plants there. All right, it's good and ready for water. Got another tree in. You want to make sure for the first year that you're watering these plants, especially trees, really, really good. You want to make sure that that thing has all the nutrients it needs to set up that root system. That's the main goal of that tree the first year, is just to get the root system set up and be able to grow healthy. If you don't get a good root system, there's not a chance it's not going to make it through that first winter, and then it's going to end up dying on you. So the first year is the most important thing on getting it going. Okay, so now we got the rocks down to keep the chickens away from it. The plant's watered, got mulch. Everything should be good on this plum tree. Okay, we got the first two in the ground there. I'm going to continue planting this one and the next one, and that's going to be about it for today. So thanks for stopping by the homestead. I appreciate everything, and I'll see you on the next one.